Hi guys, I wanted to make a video about proof games. So, what is a proof game? A proof game is a type of problem which is well known in chess. A proof game is when you give a position and you give a number of moves, and the goal of the solver is to reach the given position in the given number of moves. And to be a proof game, the the creator of the problem need to prove that there is only one possibility, only one order of moves to arrive in the given position in the given number of moves. So for instance, just in chess, just to illustrate this, but I won't illustrate this for chess in this video because you have a lot of proof games for chess. My goal will be to try to study some different games, but just illustrate this really easily with chess. For instance, if I give this position and I ask for to try to reach this position in 2 moves, it's called PG 1.0. 1.0 means 1 move per player. Obviously, you're gonna play e4 and e5, and you're gonna say, okay, I solve it. If I ask to reach the same position in PG 1.5, which means 2 white move and white black move, then you're gonna play e3, e5, e4, okay, and you solved it. And okay, again, if I ask to reach it in PG 2.0, which means 2 moves per player, then you play e3, e6, e4, e5. Okay, so that's it. You give a position and a number of moves. And you need to prove that there is only one way to do it. Okay, so it's a pretty common puzzle in chess. You have a lot of puzzles like this. I published myself some on the channel. But the idea is, okay, do we have some different games where you can have some interesting proof games? In this video, we will forget chess. We will forget also chess variants, and we will also forget Xiangqi or Shogi, which are finally some type of chess. Okay, just forget chess, and the question is, what do you need to have in an abstract game to have some interesting proof games? First, I would say that something which is really important is to have an abstract game where you have actually a setup of pieces at start. If you don't have any setup of pieces, it won't be possible to make any proof game. For instance, let's consider hex. Okay, I remember that in X, the winner is the one who is connected the two opposite sides. Black needs to connect top and bottom, and white needs to connect left to the right side. At start, you don't have any setup of pieces. You don't have any pieces on the board, and the players will just drop some pieces from a bag on the board. So, for instance, if I just consider this position, if I ask you to reach this position in 3 moves, obviously, you don't know if d11 was played before d6. Okay, you cannot know. It could be d6, g7, and d11, but it could be also d11, g7, d6. So if you don't have any setup of pieces at start, it doesn't really make sense. So we can forget this type of game. Okay. The second thing you really need is that it's not really possible to reverse easily the moves, and also you need some moves that are how can I say this, quite large on the board. If you can play only really small moves, it means that when you play one on the right side and when you play one on the left side, you cannot know if you played before the left or the right side. Okay, so it won't be easy to make any proof game. I will illustrate this, for instance, um, with um, with breakthrough. I think it's a good example of something which is bad. In breakthrough, it's a race game. You have only pawns. You can go with a pawn straight or diagonally. I can play there, but also, as you can see there, okay. And I take only diagonally, like pawn in chess. Okay, and you have only pawns. It's pretty obvious that this game will be really bad to make some proof games. Because, for instance, if I play this, you play this. Already, if I play this, it's dead. Because you don't know if you played c3 and then d4, or if you play d3 and then d4. So already after this, it's dead. You don't have a proof game here. It's not working. So it means that you need to move only diagonally, for instance. Okay. This is a proof game, okay, but as you can see, you don't have any possibility to make something really interesting. And also you have this problem of reversing easily some moves. But also, if I play this, you play this, and now I play this, it's also dead. Because you cannot know if I played b3 first or h3 first, okay? So you have all the ingredients to have a bad game for proof games. Okay, so we can forget this type of games also. So now I will try to present three games. I chose three games to illustrate proof games where I think you can build something. And I will do this crescendo. I will start with someone with a game which is not too good for proof game, I guess. And then two games which are, I think, pretty good to make some really interesting proof games. So let's check. The first one, which is not so interesting, but I still want to talk about it because there is something which is interesting. It's actually draft. I took international draft. International draft seems to be not too good for proof games because it's a little like breakthrough, but there is a big difference. First, as you can see, the pieces are closer of the opponent pieces. So just after two moves, you can already make some captures. Okay, I remember just when you're here, you can capture like that. Okay, in draft. So you jump. Okay. The thing is, there is something which is interesting in draft for proof games. It's the fact that you have some forced moves in draft. Okay. The thing is, when you can take, you must take. And also, if you can take 2 or 3, you need to take 3. So it means that you have some forced moves. And this is something which obviously can be used to build some proof games. So I think it's possible to make some proof games with international draft, and I try to prepare one. Well, it's quite easy, but let me try to. Okay, so I put on the right side here the position, and it's PG 3.5. So it's 4 white moves and 3 black moves. We need to arrive to this position in on 4 white moves and 3 black moves. So, well, you can pause the video and try to solve it, obviously, but let me illustrate this. So the idea is I'm gonna move, okay, here, you move there, I move there. So this is obviously a proof game at this moment. And now black is playing this. Now I can take back, but then it won't be enough moves. So I'm gonna take here, you take there, and I take back. Okay, and so we have this in 4 white moves and 3 black moves. Normally, to validate that a proof game is really a proof game, you need a computer to check all the possibilities and say, okay, there is only one order of moves. I didn't do this for this video and this example. Okay, it's pretty small. I try to check myself, and I think there is only one way to do it. But of course, every time you make a proof game, usually you should validate it with a computer. Okay, so this was the first game I wanted to talk about. I don't think it's really good for proof games, but the fact that you are forced to take is interesting, and I think you can probably make something which is funny. I don't think you can make a lot of proof games, but I think it's still possible to make stuff. Okay, so this was the first game I wanted to talk about, and now let's pick the next one. The next one is actually a game that I love, which is called Amazons. Amazon is territory game. You have 4 queens, and you can move like a queen. Okay, so for instance, you have moved here, but then you need to shot somewhere, also like a queen. Okay, and then the opponent can move like a queen. As you can see, you can not jump over another queen, and also the shot cannot jump queens and other shots. So for instance, I cannot shot here. Okay, so it makes a lot of possibilities to block some moves. This is really good, and also you have some big moves. You can move from all the board, and you can shot on the other way of the board. So you have a lot of possibilities, and you can block the possibilities with the shot and with the queens. So it means that we probably have a game where we can make good things. Okay, I think. So let me pick another a problem I prepared. I think it's this. It's really short. It's just a PG 2.0. It's 2 moves per player. But an Amazon move is, as you can see, an Amazon move is like 2 moves. You need to move and to shot. So it's really fast, not that easy. Okay, so you have a lot of possibilities because you need to move and shot. So it's PG 2.0, but it's like 4.0. Okay, so you need to reach this position with 2 white and 2 black moves. Okay, so what is the idea? The idea is the white Amazon, which is actually in D9. Okay. The question is it the one which started in G1 or not? If it's the one which started in G1, let's try to solve the puzzle. So you need to move it 2 times, but each time you move, you need to shot. So to reach this, you have only 2 possible moves. You can move on D4 and then you move on D9, and you can move on G6 and then you move on D9. Okay, but each time you need to shot. So the question is it possible? So let's say you move there, then you can shot here or here. Okay, you cannot shot there because if you shot there, it won't be possible anymore to reach D9. Okay. So let's say you shot there. You already have a problem. The shot which is actually here. Oh, okay. You can maybe move here and shot there later. So yeah, but no, because actually, since one Amazon of black is in G3 and one is in B5, no one of these Amazon can shot in D9. So it means in D8. So in D8, it should be your Amazon. And also, no black Amazons can shot in J3. Okay, so it means that J3 and D8 need to be a shot by white. So the only possibility is to shot there. Okay, and then you will shot here. So now the next move cannot shot in F7 because it would block you. So it means that the next move of black should be this, so that you can play this and shot there. And now black need to move here, and he need to shot there, but it's not possible because you're blocked with this one. So it means that it's not possible. Actually, you cannot solve the problem like this. So it's not working. So it means that the Amazon in D9 is actually not the one which started in G1. So it means that it cannot be only the one which started in D1. So let's consider this option. So you go there and you shot. Okay, you have to shot here because this is the only Amazon who can shot in J3. So you shot there. And now the idea is with this one, you're gonna move in D1 and shot in D8. Okay? But to do this, okay, you can do this, but now you need to solve the problem for the black ones. And so the only way to do that is to move here first. You shot here, then you go there, you shot there, and finally now you're not blocked. You can shot there because you use this one to shot here first. And you solve it. This was the solution for this PG 2.0. I'm pretty sure you can build some really interesting proof games with Amazons. Some really nice ones. And finally, the last game I chose is Lines of Action. Lines of Action is pretty interesting because in Lines of Action, both players got 12 pieces, but the moves you can make are related to the number of pieces on a row, column, or diagonal. For instance, if I want to move this, it's 2, so I can move, let's say, here. But now, if I want to move here, it's 3, okay? And also, if I arrive on the top of an opponent piece, I can take. You can jump from your own pieces. For instance, at start, I can play this, okay? But you cannot jump over the opponent pieces. But you can just arrive on the top of an opponent pieces and then you capture it. So it seems really, really, really interesting for proof games because you have a setup, you have some small and some big moves sometimes, you have some captures, you can remove pieces, and the moves are related between them because when a piece is moving, then for the opponent, some moves that actually were not available before are now available. Okay, so before it was a move from 2, now it's 1 or 3. So everything is related, and this, I guess, means that you can build some really interesting proof games. So again, I will try to illustrate this with something I prepared. Let's consider this one. It's PG 4.0, so 4 moves per player, and black is starting. So here the idea is you can see that you have 2 black pieces in B3 and A4, so you can easily play this, and then you can move there and take. Okay, so it seems interesting. But you have also one black black stone that disappears, so disappeared, that you need to find a way to capture it, and you have also a white which actually disappeared. And also white need to reach this place, which is not easy to do it in one move, because if you want to move in one move, it should be 2. So probably you need to move there first, and then you go up. Okay, so it's 1 and 2 moves. Okay, so that's interesting. So now the problem is, how can I remove with the other moves? How can I remove a black and a white? It seems not easy to do it. You need to capture 2, but you don't have a lot of moves. Let's say I start with this with black. Okay, so now let's say I'm playing something with white. Let's say this one, because if I move another one, I will have to replace it. So let's say I'm moving this like that. Okay. Now what can I do? If I capture it, okay, I capture, but no, it's not possible to capture it because now it's 3. So it's not actually not possible to capture this one. If I do this, okay, but now what can I do with this one? Maybe I go back. So this is 2 moves. But we have a problem. It's if I try to play something like this, actually the one black piece is not taken. So we have a problem here. So it seems not possible to do this like that. We need to remove a black piece at some point. The black piece that started in G1 disappeared. But also it needs to take something. We have a problem there, no? So the way to solve it is probably that G1 moves somewhere on a place where you actually have a black piece. Okay, so probably on the 3 F1, E1 or C1, you have G1 who actually took something. This is the way you can do it. So let's try to do this like that. The idea will be to first move there. You can take. Now you play there. You can move. Now you can take. Now when you move this one, it's only 1 because this one disappeared. So you move from 1. You take it back, and finally you play this. So this is how you can solve this. I think proof game 4.0. Of course, I didn't use any solver to validate all of that, but well, I believe these 2 last games, Amazons and especially Lines of Action, you can probably build some really nice proof games. Well, tell me in the comments if you have some ideas of other games where we could build some interesting proof games. And see you guys. Bye bye.